Violence is a question. PvP is the answer. Eternal War is a bare bones and honest PvP mode for those tired of slide canceling, meta gun builds, ridiculous lobbies, and occasionally wanting your enemies to fight you like men. So bare bones puts it lightly, but as someone who appreciates game modes where other players have to stand and deliver, Eternal War scratches a specific itch. Not many player versus player environments force you to commit in order to win anymore. The time to kill is longer than in most games, but still short enough that you can, if needed, get the jump on someone. But you'd better get that guy, or he may just end up getting you. It's a reflection of the co-op and story mode's essential gameplay loop, minus the glory kills. The lack of glory kills doesn't detract from the gameplay, and you can still have some intense fights, seamlessly weaving between ranged and melee combat without a hitch. One moment you're fighting for your life in a brawl, and the next you're taking pot shots at an assault player in the air. Eternal War is a great break from the tired COD loop, where methamphetamine-powered teenagers respond to everything you do like Neo from the Matrix. There aren't a lot of maps, but most of them feel like they would belong in a Treyarch game. That's both a compliment and a slight, by the way. This lends the maps a familiar sense of deja vu, making a COD player feel right at home. Where the major difference lies is with the third-person perspective. And for the most part, the classes are well balanced. This translates into situations where simple common sense and knowing what your opponent's class is capable of are crucial to dealing with them. A fight can feel like an honorable duel and quickly disintegrate into a knockdown, drag-out battle with multiple enemies and allies. Eternal War places far more emphasis on team cohesion than many of the games I've played recently. Running off alone is a great way to get steamrolled by the enemy team, unless you're a sniper, and even then, that's not a guarantee of success. Sometimes, gameplay feels like a massive rock, paper, scissors free-for-all, and that's not a bad thing. Stuff like heavy beats tactical or assault beats anyone without situational awareness. It's easy to learn, yet surprisingly unique to master. I've killed quite a few enemies who seem to forget that they can block. And simply being aware of the fact that you can dodge in any direction seems to be a curveball for some players. The great thing about classes is that a player will naturally gravitate towards their playstyle. Bulwarks and heavy being frontline, while snipers, assault, and vanguard work flanks, harass, or skirmish, if that term works better for you. Tactical works as a basic fill-in, being well-rounded and capable of performing in any situation if played to its potential. As far as weapons go, and being a prior 40k fan, I see a lot of weapons represented in Space Marine 2. The biggest problem with Eternal War is that almost all of the bolt guns feel too similar, with a few minor outliers like the Stalker bolt carbine or the Instigator bolt carbine. The bolt sniper feels comically weak most of the time, and so does the las fusel for that matter. Because of this, you'll see a lot of snipers forsake both of these and use the CQB bolt carbine to do hit and fade attacks. The tactical will do this too, but with the plasma incinerator. When it comes to melee weapons, most classes have access to a chainsword, and that thing is as common as live laugh love signs in a basic bitch's house. The knife for snipers and vanguards is fast and lethal. The thunderhammer is for bombing down on other players with assault. Just remember kids, it can be blocked. Side note, assault gets a thunderhammer, but the Grey Knights don't anymore. GWs. It's fucking ridiculous. But at the end of the day, the gaming world is evolving. Lots of reviewers have said things about Space Marine 2 and how it's a callback to a better time in gaming. I agree with quite a few of their statements, but Eternal War is where the return to form feels most relevant. When PvP was plain, simple, and brutal. Before PvP in the majority of the games became about no scopes and how many unknowing players you could mow down with your attack chopper. I saw a meme about COD and how I'm no longer the audience, and that resonates with me. Because the multiplayer environments I came to love during the golden age of the internet are dying. We as gamers We always look at things with this weird rose-tinted nostalgia, and it's not okay all the time, but sometimes it is, because we really do miss these things. We miss the simplicity and the wonder and the enjoyment of just beating somebody honestly, or them beating us honestly. I've had many duels in Space Marine 2 with other players where I'm like, you know what, you got me. Good job, buddy. Good on you. Or I just got done fighting a guy and took a bolt round to the face and only ran like 5 feet afterwards. And then that was that. It is what it is. It really is about hearkening back to the golden age of gaming. How many of us miss that? How many of us miss playing Gears with our buddies, or Halo 2 for that matter, in a Halo party, drinking some beers and hanging out and having a great time? That is what this feels like. It feels like hanging out with your buddies, having a couple beers, and killing some bad guys. And it's not unfair of gamers to want that. Not even remotely unfair of them. You have an entire generation of gamers that came up with Halo 2 and Gears, and some of them played WoW, and then Call of Duty 4, which many people see Call of Duty 4 as this great big thing, and I see it as that also. But I feel like it was the line when things started to change. That's not a bad thing either. Some of the things in modern multiplayer aren't bad. But sometimes we have to go back to the roots of those things that we like. The roots of our multiplayer, get down to brass tacks, turn things into an honor duel. Turn them into what they were meant to be. Sometimes the guy on the other team needs to be beat by you, and he needs to know he was beat by you. That's just the way that is. That's gaming. That's how it works. Sometimes you have to be the hero, and he has to be the hero. Sometimes you get to be the nobody. We as gamers see Space Marine 2 for what it is. But maybe we shouldn't have needed its arrival in the first place. A big shout out to my lady and my kids for encouraging me to do this video, even though nobody seems to watch my videos, and to my 50-something subscribers. I love you guys to death, and a big shout out to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio for his awesome music. Please like and subscribe, and you guys have a wonderful day.